I'd like to start with a short survey. Can I have everybody put 5 fingers up, please? I'm going to ask some questions, and for every question that you answer yes to, you have to put a finger down. All right? Do you have clothes in your closet that you haven't worn in the past 3 months? Do you have clothes in your closet that still have their tags on them? Do you have more than 5 pens? Do you have more than 10 pens? Do you still keep files, documents, or worksheets that are not related to the work or studies that you do today? Just because one day maybe they may come in handy? Have you ever taken a freebie just because it was free? Have you ever bought an extra thing just in case the first one goes missing? And do you think it will take you more than one day to move house the next time you have to move? Does anybody still have 5 fingers up? If you don't, I hope you'll learn something new from what I've in the next 10 minutes. 2 years ago, I moved out of my parents' place. And I didn't move very far. I moved just a few blocks down the street, so my mom won't miss me, in the same estate. So since I didn't have any furniture, I decided I would move everything with a small trolley. So I would load things up and push the trolley down. It took me 15 trips in 3 days. Each time I loaded the trolley, I felt like I've got this. It's all right, there's not that much stuff. But as I piled things into the living room of my new place, it became apparent that I've got a lot of stuff. When I finally completed moving everything into my new place, I looked around and thought, oh my goodness, there's just lots and lots of stuff. As I picked up things, I thought, wait a minute, when did I buy that? Did I even need this? Oh, I remember buying that, but it's no longer relevant to anything I need now. But each time I wanted to give things away, I would stop and think, but what if I need it in the future? What if one day I can fit these jeans? They're really nice jeans. And I realized then that we are bogged down by this what if mindset. We're always thinking, what if I need this in the future? What if I find the right pair of shoes to match this dress? What if this comes in super handy one day, really long from now, that I don't know of yet? And it is this scarcity mindset of what if that makes us gather so many things around ourselves. And that's why we've accumulated so much stuff. As I looked through the piles of clothes and the piles of books and things like that, I found lots and lots of blank notebooks that I thought were cute but I never used. I found 3 luggage bags of clothing that I didn't use because I wore the same things every day. And I found a bar of soap. Now, if you love bar soap like I love bar soap, you would understand this. I had a really special bar of soap that I thought smelled perfect. I thought it's so lovely, I just can't use it yet because it's too good, right? Every time I found it at the back of my closet, I would say, oh my goodness, it smells so good. Not today. I'm going to save it because this needs a special occasion. And so that day, surrounded by all my stuff in my new place, I thought, this is the special occasion. I'll deal with this stuff later. Let's go have a shower. But when I picked up that bar of soap and took a deep sniff, the scent was gone. It just wasn't the same anymore because I had just kept it for far too long. So, defeated and overwhelmed by all this stuff, I really realized I was struggling under the weight of it all. So, I decided to seek help from the gods of Google, like anybody would in this modern day. And I came upon article about clutter is killing your creativity, declutter for a better life. And of course, if you do this now, you'll get our famous Marie Kondo videos, lots and lots of them. But I came upon this article that really struck a chord with me, and it made me stop to think. It was an article about the Swedish practice of death cleaning. This is when a person takes the time to set their affairs in order in preparation for a death, their own death. And when I thought about it, I thought, that's so depressing. You're preparing for death while you're still alive? It doesn't make any sense, right? But after thinking about it, I started to see the light. I started to see that this might be a relief. It might be compassionate to your family and loved ones that you might leave behind. And I've spoken to my friends who have lost loved ones, and they've told me that the worst task is when all the grieving is over, to clear out the bed, the belongings of of their loved ones, and to decide what to keep and what is no longer important. So I decided, as I looked at all my stuff, I'm going to see this as the death of an old life and the birth of a new one. So I gave away, bartered, sold, and donated the things that I no longer immediately needed or wanted. And 2 years from then, right now, I'm preparing for yet another move. And I find myself with so much fewer boxes, so much less stuff than 2 years ago with the 15 trolley trips. And that's because I've been very conscious about the things that I add to my life, the things that I use, or the things that I purchase. This is my thought process before I use or purchase anything. I'll ask myself, do I already have this item? Is it necessary? Where and how was it made? And will it really add value to my life? If there's any doubt at all about any of these points, I will stop and say, okay, think about it. And most of the time, I end up not doing it or not buying it. So it's really helped. This concept of making conscious choices can be applied to bigger parts of life. It goes beyond just purchasing things or using things, material goods. I find myself applying this conscious thought process to my business. I've been running a low-waste, eco-conscious business for close to 6 years. And in our workshop, we use every single part of the materials that we source. Most of it is bamboo. And when we design our products, we make sure that each product is designed to serve a particular purpose and really adds value to our customers' lives. We don't want to just be making something that just plays to a trend, and we don't want to make something that in the long run will not be useful. I'll tell you a short story about the kind of choices that we have to make. My team and I are often approached by lots of companies and offices asking us to help them make their office more green. Sounds familiar, right? So one of these offices asked us, can you make us bamboo coffee stirrers? Because in the spirit of going green, they wanted to eliminate the plastic disposable stirrers from their pantry. And it confused me a bit because I thought, do you mean reusable coffee stirrers or disposable coffee stirrers? If you want to make disposable coffee stirrers, why replace the disposable with a disposable? And if you want to make reusable coffee stirrers, aren't there already reusable options in your pantry right now? You could use a teaspoon, a big spoon, even a chopstick would do, right? But no matter how I tried to convince them, and no matter what I told them, they were just not ready to accept what they were being told, and they just would not budge. So I realized they were not ready to be conscious consumers. So in the end, we didn't make them those bamboo coffee stirrers, because by principle, my company only makes things that are necessary and add real meaning and purpose, serve a real purpose. And I think to myself, is it scary to say no to business deals that don't match our principles? Actually, it really is. Because it's a loss of income for my makers, for me. It affects all of us. And if we keep saying no, but in the end, I think by making these conscious choices, by choosing this way, we're spreading our message further. And soon enough, people will come around. The core message of trying to go zero waste or low waste is this: use it up, wear it out, make do, or do without. We have to get rid of the scarcity mindset of, I don't have enough. I better have more, because what if, you never know when I might need it. And we have to adopt a mindset of abundance. I have enough, we have enough. We don't need more and more all the time. I know you've heard of the 3 Rs, but these are my 3 Rs. Refuse, reduce, and rethink. These are 3 ideas that I try to apply in my daily life. Refuse, do I really need it, or can I make do without it? Reduce, if I must have it, how much of it do I need? And rethink, think and think again about whether your choices are the best ones. If you find yourself struggling under the weight of your stuff, maybe it's time to refuse, reduce, and rethink. Thank you.